Hello viewers and welcome to another Doctor Who episode review. Today I'm reviewing the Daleks Master Plan, which is an epic story, if I say so. The Daleks Master Plan, written by Terry Nation and Dennis Spooner, and it stars William Hartnell as the First Doctor, Peter Purvis as Stephen Taylor, Adrian Hale as Katarina, and Jean Marsh as Sarah Kingdom. And it's a missing episode with 3 surviving episodes, which are episodes 2, 5 and 10. The 12-part epic, the parts are Part 1, The Nightmare Begins. Part 2, Day of Armageddon. Part 3, Devil's Planet. Part 4, The Traitors. Part 5, Counterplot. Part 6, Coronis of the Sun. Part 7, The Feast of Stephen. Part 8, Volcano. Part 9, Golden Death. Part 10, Escape Switch. Part 11, The Abandoned Planet. And Part 12, Destruction of Time. Now, this is just brilliant. And it's 12 parts. I don't want to miss anything out. I'll try and remember what I've just witnessed. I've just finished watching it over a few days. It's just brilliant. God, it's that good. It's one of the best Dalek stories, in my opinion. Probably the best Hartnell story. The episode, it ran from the 13th of November 1965 to the 29th of January 1966. And it's just written perfectly. There are a couple of episodes that are a bit weaker than the rest, but even then, it's just brilliant. The characters were played well, and it was very tense. All the episodes were brilliant. All the episodes were tense. So we get the first sort of part where they've landed somewhere and Stephen's feeling a bit ill and the Doctor's gone to see what's on the planet, which is Kemble, and see if there's any help that he can get. And he then finds out the Daleks are there, and it's like, ooh, the Daleks. So that's kind of like part 1, but it kind of builds the episode up, and it's very good. And then we get to see Mavic Chen, who is the head of the council with the Alliance and the Daleks, and he's a great villain. When he first came on, he reminded me of the Master a bit, just a little bit. But he were a really great villain who he wanted this power. Yeah, he wants to conquer the universe with the Daleks, but the power got to him a bit, and he wanted too much. And that's what I liked about the character. He got too big-headed, and he ended up wanting to take control even of the Daleks. Obviously the Daleks don't like that and end up exterminating him. And I must point out, I think this is the first proper story where the Daleks have wanted to properly conquer the universe. Daleks conquer and destroy. The parts 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 are all building up. The tension's always there. And we get this introduction to Brett, who is played by Nicholas Courtney, who ends up playing the Brigadier. And Brett was a great character. I was really enjoying him. I thought he could possibly be a new companion. You get the bit with Brett where the Doctor and Stephen and Katarina are trying to send a message to Earth to warn them about the Daleks and what's going to happen. They're wanting to destroy everything and conquer the universe. and obviously they're struggling to do that, and it ends up that Katerina, bless her, she's from the Myth Makers, the Greek episode, and she didn't know what's happening, and so she sacrifices herself in order to save everyone, which is quite a big thing, really. And the Doctor's reaction to that, especially, was really played well. It weren't brushed off, and you could really tell that the Doctor really cared about her, even though they've only seen each other for not that long, really. One of the shortest companions is Katerina. But I quite liked Katerina. She was very innocent, and she didn't know much. And yeah, you could tell that the Doctor missed her. You know, they were getting, to really know about each other. Yeah. So we get that death, and I think I might be mistaken because I'm trying to remember it a few days ago, that in the same part at the end, I think it was part 4, Brett gets killed by his sister, Sarah Kingdom, played by Jean Marsh, who were in the Crusade and who played Morgaine in the Battlefield. And she was brilliant, I thought. I thought she could be a potential new companion as well. And she was quite dark, and although I got to like her, I thought at first, God, yeah, she's really dark, She thought that her brother, Brett, was a traitor to her. And he wasn't. He absolutely wasn't. And then, as we get into the middle of the story, part 5 and 6, they get transported to the planet Myra. And of course, when we get to this bit, the Doctor's made a fake Terranium, because the Terranium is what everything's to do with, really. In order for the Daleks' plans to work, they've got to have the Terranium in order for the Time Destructor to work. So yeah, I nearly missed that bit, and it's massive. So the Doctor's made a fake one to give to them, which I think he has done at that point. And they haven't realised that it's the fake one yet. So yeah, they're at the planet Myra, and it's got a similar sort of feel to Kemble. Similar anyway, with the forests and all that. And then you get the whole Mavic Chen a little bit. Very menacing. Yeah, brilliant. The Daleks were great in this episode as well. I loved the look of the Supreme Dalek. And I loved the way that there were flamethrower Daleks as well in part 2 when they were destroying the forest in Kemble. I liked that. So yeah, we get Myra, and then the Kemble again. It's a massive story. And then we get to part 7, the Feast of Stephen, where it's kind of like a break. There's like a fault with the scanner, and while the TARDIS lands at an ordinary police station, which I thought was hilarious because I don't think that's ever been done before properly. And so yeah, while that's doing there, Sarah fixes the scanner, and then they go to Hollywood, and it's just like an acid trip, really. I thought, what's going on here? And then at the end, when they all come back together, it's supposed to be a Christmas episode, because it was broadcast on Christmas Day to give the viewers a break from all the tension. And I thought, God, yeah, I wondered why it was different, and it were alright. It was a bit of a bonkers 25 minutes, but I suppose it's a break from the episode, and yeah. And you get the fourth wall broken by the Doctor at the end of that episode, talking to the viewers at home. Have a happy Christmas. And I thought that was brilliant. If only if I watched it at Christmas. So yeah, so from there, from up to episode 7, I'm pretty from what I can remember, it were all written by Terry Nation. From episode 8 onwards, it's written by Dennis Spooner. So, episode 8, I think, Volcano, where they land. It's a bit weird how they just land there, but they land at a volcano sort of place, and the Time Meddler, should I say, the meddling monk, who were in the Time Meddler, appeared, and, not much goes on in part 8, really, apart from the reintroduction of the meddling monk, who I thought in the Daleks Master Plan fully, I thought Peter Butterworth as the monk were played brilliantly. I loved seeing the monk there. He just made me laugh. You don't know whether to trust him. You don't know whether he's your friend or your enemy. I really, really loved the monk. I think he's a great character. I mean, it would be great to see more appearances of him, but I know that was the last we're going to see of him, which I thought, God, no. But yeah, I think the monk's great in this story. And then you get episodes 9 and 10 set in Egypt, ancient Egypt, and the Doctor and the crew land there to see where if the monk's gonna follow, and it ends up being the Daleks following in their time machine that they requested from Skaro in order to find the Doctor and get the real Terranium. And so they arrive, and then a bit further on, the monk arrives in his TARDIS, and that's disguised as a stone block, and the Doctor, or should I say, Stephen and Sarah get captured by Egyptian people, while the Doctor follows the monk secretly to see what's going on, and the monk's talking with the Daleks, and the Daleks have told the monk to find the Doctor and return the Terranium to them, and I thought that was great. And then the Doctor changes the monk's TARDIS to look like a police box to confuse him, which didn't work really. Which I thought William Hartnell was great. And then they meet each other, and I love the way they are with each other, the Doctor and the monk. I think the Doctor's sort of like laughing and talking to him, and the monk's like his friend but his enemy. You don't know whether to trust him. Great character, as you've gathered. And then Stephen and Sarah are looking for the Doctor, and they get captured by the Daleks. And I'm trying to remember. And what else happens now? So and then episodes 11 and 12, you get the abandoned planet where they re-land on the planet Kemble, and there's nothing there. The Daleks seem to have gone, and Stephen and Sarah are looking for the Doctor because he's gone somewhere. And that's all the episode is really on episode 11. Then episode 12, it's brilliant, the ending. I think the ending's really played out well, where the Doctor finds the Daleks in the ship, and the Time Destructor. The Doctor activates it, knowing well that it would age everything in its vicinity. And Stephen, he's gone back to the TARDIS because the Doctor's told him to, and Sarah, checks to see if the Doctor's okay, which is completely to a character earlier on with the brother. She's a lot darker then, but here she's actually, found someone to travel with and all that. So I thought at that point, yeah, this is the bit where Sarah's gonna go. She's not gonna survive through this. And I thought, yeah, she is. But then the time destructor gets too much with the terranium, because the Doctor gave the Daleks the terranium in episode 9, I think. No, in episode 10 or 10. And then the monk's gone. And yeah, the monk's gone at that point. And yeah, it ages Sarah to an old lady, then into a skeleton, then the wind blows her away and dust away, and Kemble turns into dust and stones and isn't a jungle anymore, and the Doctor's aging, and it's like, oh my god, how is everything gonna turn out? How is everything gonna be resolved? And Stephen comes out of the TARDIS, takes the Doctor in, and yeah, that's how it ends. The Doctor's survived, obviously. He's aged, but you can't really tell because he's a Time Lord, but that obviously doesn't get explained. And yeah, that's basically the episode. I probably missed little bits out, but I'm just trying to remember it from memory. It's a brilliant 12-parter. It deserves a rewatch. It really does. Which I'm going to do. I'm in the middle of watching the Massacre of St. Bartholomew's Eve, and I'll be reviewing that next. So yeah, great story. The Daleks were brilliant. The monk was hilarious and mysterious, and I thought just brilliant character. The companions and the deaths and the Doctor were written brilliantly. The Christmas episode, even though it were out of place, that were okay. Seems though that was the first time they've ever done anything Christmassy. And yeah, it really does deserve another rewatch, and it's just brilliant. Tell me what you think of the episode below in the comments, and please subscribe for more videos. And yes, my next review will be the Massacre of St. Bartholomew's Eve. Bye.